Yo, what is up, guys? So, we're going to be checking out Radical Heights, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about this new Battle Royale game. I'm going to be pausing it during the trailer. If you guys want to see the raw trailer, I'll link it down below, but... anyways, it's a new Battle Royale game, and it looks kind of cool. It doesn't really have anything that I would consider super game-breakingly new. The only thing that I would say that it has new is its bikes. Like, you can ride bicycles in the game. It's a new Battle Royale game coming out by Boss Keen. They have this little commercial thing here. Like I said, if you guys want to check out the full thing, I'll link it down below, but I really want to talk about it because I felt like, unfortunately, Boss Key's last game, Lawbreakers, it just never really had a chance. I think that it could have been a really, really good game. There were a lot of things that I did like about that game, but anyways, new Battle Royale game. Let's go ahead and check it out and talk a little bit about it.
And thank you everyone in our studio audience for being here today. Boy, oh boy, do we have an exciting show for you. We are just moments away from
So there's the bike that I was talking about earlier. So, in this game, you're seeing that there's cash. I would almost consider cash something similar to like mats or materials in like a game like Fortnite, and you use it to buy stuff out of a vending machine, which is something pretty important that I do want to get into in just a moment here. But anyways, you can see you're killing people. I'm guessing their money drops. So you collect resources, and then you could actually have this thing called an offshore bank. Now, this is something that is a little bit interesting because it lets you have a sense of progression in the game. Like, if you won the game, you have a bunch of money, you can use it for the next game. So it gives those players an advantage. You can also pick up cosmetics. Now, I'm not sure if those cosmetics that you pick up are permanent or not, because there is a cash shop, which it'll show itself later on. This is a mechanic that I think is kind of cool, that there are these games that you can apparently like find. Like if you're like on like kind of like a game show, if you will. You gotta like spin the wheel or something like that. You guys can see it's spin to win. Now visually, this game, it looks in between Fortnite and PUBG, as you guys can see. I'm gonna go back to its first person view over here. This visually looks like it's in a very like early state, and it is. It's early access. In fact, this game, as far as I'm aware of, it just got announced today, although tomorrow is going to be the first time that we're going to have early access to the game. And the thing is that I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, what's new with this game? Yeah, there's zip lines, yeah, there's bikes, but that's not anything game-breaking. Oh, by the way, this is the cash shop in the game. I'm totally fine with a game that's free to play that has in-game cash purchases that are just cosmetic, but we'll get into that in a second, which I think is kind of important. So you're seeing that you can ride bikes. That's cool, but how about you show us that, you know, you can shoot while maybe one person is riding the bike, or maybe if you have a single-handed weapon, you can shoot while riding the bike. I don't know, there's just really nothing here that I see and I'm like, wow, I really want to check out this game. Even though I do want to check out all games because I enjoy that. But it's starting April 10th that you can play for free on Steam. Now, we're going to be listening to the Lawbreaker soundtrack, which is another game by Boss Key Studios. But first off, I was really like interested in this game because, well, I like to check out new games. Plus, it's free and it's tomorrow, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. By the way, if it happens to be up tonight, as in like, you know, midnight launch, I'm not sure if they're doing it, I will be streaming it over on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me and check out the game for its live gameplay, either today or tomorrow, depending, again, if they're doing midnight launch or not. But anyways, judging by the feedback, a lot of people are talking mad trash about the game, and you guys can see it via the like to dislike ratio. A lot of people, I mean, it's getting a decent amount of hype. I mean, again, this just got announced today. As far as I'm aware of, there was no previous other announcement, and a lot of YouTubers are talking about the game now. That's how I found out about the game. But I want to talk a little bit more about the game. So you guys can see a lot of people are just saying, great, another Battle Royale game. This one is apparently 80's themed, but I don't feel like that makes the game different enough. Like Fortnite from PUBG, that's a completely different experience. Not only visually, but the building mechanic is something new. What does this game offer is my real question to the developers of this game. I liked Lawbreakers. I thought that was a pretty cool game, but it was really difficult to really see any like life out of this game. If you guys didn't know, they made a previous game called Lawbreakers. It unfortunately flopped pretty hard. 2 hours ago, there was 2 people playing the game. I mean, this game, it should have really been a free-to-play title with some type of other microtransactions in it that didn't hurt the game. Now, this is something that I had a concern about. So there is this Founders Pack that you can actually purchase. for the game. Now, you guys can see there's the Founders Pack over here, and it gives you cosmetic skins. I'm totally cool with that. I see nothing wrong with game developers putting microtransactions that are just cosmetic. But then you scroll down, there's this thing called Rad Gems. I guess Rad Gems are used to purchase just cosmetic gear. It says some chic gear in your prize room. But then there's this permanent 10% cash boost, and this is where I'm like, ooh, what is this cash boost? Because if you guys remember during the gameplay over here, we saw him actually get the cash after killing the enemies. Well, it seems like they would drop the cash because when you destroy certain ATMs, you'll see that there's cash that drops, and you can pick this up. Now, this cash over here would be used to purchase items over. Okay, you'll see the people. They do die, and cash seems to be dropping. I don't know if that's just visual. I'm assuming when you kill someone, you can loot them, and obviously you'd be getting their cash. It would be stupid if you didn't. But anyways, he's taking the cash to the ATM, and there's a thing called an offshore account here. Now, if I'm able to get currency in the game and have a permanent boost over here via this, again, this Founders Pack where you get a permanent cash boost, that in a sense is pay to win. I mean, it's a small advantage, it's 10%, but could you imagine if you were like a, what do they call it in Fortnite, the Battle Pass owner, you got 10% extra materials? People would complain about that. That is what can completely destroy a game. Just ask Star Wars Battlefront about pay to win. That game completely got destroyed by, of course, microtransactions. People just were fed up with it, alright? And they did respond to it really fast, which is something I would consider good. So they put this tweet out, and it says, early access at work, we're listening to your feedback, and we don't want anything that resembles pay to win in the game. What do you mean you don't want to? You just put in 10% extra bonus cash for the Founders Pack. That's OP, man. And then to prove it, it says we're moving 10% cash boost from the Founders Pack before it launches. Instead, Founders will get more Rad Gems to buy tubular cosmetics. So that's cool. Again, I'm totally fine with cosmetics. However, you upset the other people that purchased the Founder Pack that wanted that the extra 10% cash boost. So you're going to make people unhappy. Either way, I still think at the end of the day, it's a good thing that they're like, yo, we're going to remove the pay-to-win aspect of the game. But I was really wondering, like, is the cash just for, like, this cash boost? Because I was reading up into it, and it basically says that you can use the cash for vending machines. And again, at that point, it would be pay-to-win. Because I was wondering if that cash was separate, perhaps, from the in-game cosmetics. As you guys saw from the gameplay, there's a section where they actually showcase off the different costumes that they're buying. Let me go fast forward to it. And I think it's cool that there are these little games you can play, but again, it's not anything like super new. But here's what I was talking about, and it doesn't show how much these cost. And during the game, they actually did pick up one of the items, so I don't know, again, if that's something that you would equip that would be something permanent or not. I want to say that if you're getting cash and you're buying these items outside, hopefully they'd be permanent, man. But as far as I'm aware of, there's no pay to win as of right now. But the fact that they would even consider launching the game like that, where they are already at huge competition with Fortnite, which is already free. By the way, as far as I'm aware of, this game is going to be 100% free. It's probably going to have some microtransactions. Again, skins, totally cool with that. But I feel like they are already kind of making a lot of mistakes. I mean, again, just looking at what people already say about the like to dislike ratio. Sometimes, you know, there are times where there's a good game where it gets a lot of hate, but you actually play it and it's totally fine. I remember the newer Devil May Cry, the DMC game. I mean, a lot of people trashed on it, but I mean, the game did it relatively well. But again, judging by what they say over here, it doesn't look like fans really like the game, but I want to give the game a chance. I like checking out new games all the time, so those of you guys that follow me over on Twitch, you know, I like checking out other games, and I really want more Battle Royale games, because it'll make them more competitive. But when you're competing with Fortnite, and you already put your foot in the door, and the first thing that people dislike about the game is a microtransaction thing, you fix it immediately. I'm talking day one. That's fast, but still, it just leaves a salty taste in a lot of other people's mouths, especially when you're just starting this game, and on top of that, you have to compete with other things. I mean, what's the incentive for this game? Again, that's the real question I have for the devs of this game is, what does this bring to the table that's new? The only thing I could really think of is, yeah, you've got bikes, you got the whole spin to win, but if you think about a crate dropping in the first place, right, that's a random mechanic anyways. It's spinning to win, it's the same thing. Regardless if the thing drops or not, and then you hit spin, it's a random RNG mechanic. You really need to think about what this game can offer new to the Battle Royale genre. A lot of people are like, dude, the Lawbreakers game failed. He tried to copy Overwatch, it failed. He's trying to copy Fortnite and PUBG, and it's failing. But keep in mind, guys, One thing that this game does offer over PUBG, because it does have a more realistic look. It's not as cartoony as, I'm just going to have it like play in the background while I'm talking, but it doesn't have as a cartoony look as Fortnite, but it's free. And some players that really like the realistic look of PUBG might like this game better for that, but at that point, wouldn't they just argue that they should be playing PUBG anyways? But again, keep in mind, this game is free. That's a huge deal in a lot of different countries as well, as far as a game being successful. But again, I'm just looking at this, and I can't wait to try it out, at least. Because one thing that could separate this game, if they do decide to go this route, is dealing with the bloom. That is one frustrating thing for people that like really competitive games, is dealing with bloom. Bloom actually destroyed Halo Reach up until finally they decided to get rid of bloom. But if they like got rid of bloom and made the game more competitive, they could try to go for a niche like audience. But again, there's nothing new. The vending machines, everything that they like really added, has just been done before, and that's where I feel like, again, comes back to the same point. What does this game offer that other games don't? I don't know. We'll find out later tonight or tomorrow over on Twitch when we check out the game. But anyways, you guys can let me know your thoughts on this game. Do you guys have any interest in checking out the game? I'm definitely going to be making one video, making my first impressions on this game, because I think Boss Key Studios, when I saw Lawbreakers and I was like, dude, this game looks so good. And then it just, unfortunately, just didn't work out for them. I really am hoping that this could... I like competition in games. It's what makes people want to be more innovative. But we'll have to wait and see what they add as far as innovative stuff goes in this game. And like I said, if you guys want to check out like the full trailer without my commentary, feel free to do so. I'll leave it down below in the description box. But anyways, that is Radical Heights, a new free-to-play Battle Royale game. Thanks for watching, guys. And I am signing out.